I want to thank the president for going to the memorial for 2 minutes and then leaving. That was very nice of you to make that time. I know that you might have missed one of the segments of SpongeBob. But anyway, AOC also went to an event, and there she spoke about a topic obviously very relevant to the day, and that is income inequality. And she said a couple of really awesome things. She said, "I do think that a system that allows billionaires to exist when there are parts of Alabama where people are still getting ringworm because they don't have access to public health is wrong." She later clarified that she meant hookworm, but either way, obviously hookworm's a serious thing that if not treated has serious health consequences, and that exists across big parts of the country. Not just lingering poverty and income inequality, but increasing poverty and income inequality. She said, "I don't think that necessarily means that all billionaires are immoral. It's not to say someone like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett are immoral people. I don't believe that. I think that it's wrong that a vast majority of the country does not make a living great wage. I think it's wrong that you can work 100 hours and not feed your kids. I think it's wrong that corporations like Walmart and Amazon can get paid." She says, "Are we comfortable with a society where someone can have a helipad while New York City is experiencing the highest rates of people experiencing homelessness since the Great Depression?" So there, in those couple of quotes and more extended remarks, she, I think, expresses a lot of the concern that many people have about rising income inequality and the political and social implications of it. This was discussed on Fox News. Take a look at how they address the topic.
And she's saying, Mark, that basically she doesn't want the kind of poverty that leads to lack of health care to exist when people are allowed to have billions of dollars and be fat cats essentially.
Well, first of all, I mean, the fact is ringworm isn't deadly. I mean, people get it's like foot fungus.
Well, if poverty isn't immediately killing everyone, how big of an issue could it actually be? That is actually his first remark there in response to it. The thing is, I would say that Fox News, their viewers they've been very well trained to not be concerned about income inequality and to continually live under this myth that they themselves someday will be as wealthy as the hosts talking to them on that show are. I don't know how long that can actually hold out, and I don't know how powerful that propaganda actually is on this topic. Like, a lot of the people who watch Fox News are dead broke. They don't have health insurance, or they face, like 78% of all workers do, the possibility that one missed paycheck could land them on the streets. Yep. So they can make light of it and joke about how the fact that these poor people are instantly dropping dead, but I don't know if that's going to work for much longer.
Think about I guess the threshold we're working with. Death has to be the level that we're working with, whether or not we can have billionaires who don't have a thought or a care in the world about anything that's going on, versus people who, if ringworm is simple and probably as common as that is, we just go, well, it's not killing you, so F you. This is the country that we're supposed to continue to be proud of. And so when someone says, hey, I want to be proud of my country and our healthcare system, but your response is well, you're not dying, so F you. For that person not to be deemed un-American, I don't know who else we're supposed to be criticizing. I looked up how the spread of ringworm can get worse. You can get abscesses. There's a bunch of medical terms in there that I can't pronounce. But if you're super sensitive to that kind of fungus, when it's left untreated, you can get these abscesses, and it can get underneath to the dermis. Usually it's like a surface type of thing. You do a treatment on it, then you have to do internal kind of medicines. Hey, where do you get medicines that you get internally to treat things? From doctors, maybe from healthcare, maybe you have to pay for it. If you don't have access to these things, it can spread, it can get worse. Simple things when it comes to medical issues get worse when you don't treat them. When you don't have access to it, guess what happens? It gets worse when you don't treat it, and now you have more problems. And it spreads. So whoever that guy was that doesn't worry about the death, maybe you want to deal with the abscesses on your scalp. Maybe you want to deal with the fungus growing in your hair and dropping out some more hair pieces. Maybe you want something in your armpit that looks like a snake. Hey, are you okay with that? No, he's not okay with that. But if it's not him, F you is his message.
I thought we were number one, not the parasites. She responded on Twitter saying, I don't think billionaires should concentrate wealth while employing people who are sleeping in cars working a zillion hours to survive. Next day, quote, that will be 10 Pinocchios to Ocasio. Zillion is not a number, and I found someone who sleeps in a tent, not a car. So, yes, very good there. Yes, if you speak out in support of those who are suffering in America, you will be mocked on the network that says they speak for the silent majority that's been ignored. There's someone trying not to ignore them, and Fox is doing everything they can to make sure that they are pushed back into the shadows.